What's going
Yeah,
on, fellas? 2 Minute
I
Fury.
do Cam.
We're out officially in the off season. The 2015 season's over, and it's a very sad moment. It's just so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Uh,
But
oh,
we got Tim, sad, looking impressed. I know Tim. We need a group hug over here. I know Tim's sad, but it looks like James taking it well. I know it's tough, guys. I know it's tough. I think Dula might be joining us soon, but we have a show. We must go on. Tim, James, let's go.
No questions, please. Cam. All right, yo, what a Super Bowl was that, man, Coop? I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the game?
honestly, I didn't really enjoy the game that much, man. I mean, I like defense. It just wasn't as exciting to me. I don't know why. The Super Bowl wasn't that exciting to me.
All right. Well, here's the thing. The only thing I was mad about was uh, doing boxes. Um, Basically, I needed a 3 and a 0, and for some reason, when Peyton Manning, when Anderson scored that last touchdown, I'm like, okay, a field goal here, it'll be 23-10. A 3 and a 0, they go my bread. When I see Peyton Manning put up 2 fingers to go for 2 points, I mean, the curses out of my mouth, cursing him out, to cost me my bread, got me tight. Like, why, Peyton? Just go for the 2. They ain't gonna get down the field. Go for 2, go for 2. That's the only thing that pissed me off. But listen, I enjoy every championship game. I know someone's going for Cam Newton. That ain't happened. Denver's defense proved why it was number 1. Last week on the show, I predicted now, Sean, 6 sacks, which happened. I said DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller will have almost 3 apiece, which 2.5, 2. I think DeMarcus Ware had, 2 as well. Close. And I predicted Von Miller will win MVP, which happened. Great game. I'm sorry for Cam Newton and the Panthers. They worked very hard. You can't take nothing from them. Basically, you're going 51 in the season. It's not an easy thing to do. You go to the championship, you lose. Hopefully, whatever they do in the offseason, they could try to come back. But I think a lot more has to be done for the Panthers to get back than the Broncos. Just my opinion.
You really think the Panthers need that? I mean, that defense is intact, right? I mean, are they losing any pieces in free agency?
Josh Norman is a free agent.
Yeah.
But he's their only main car. Like, I mean, I mean, Josh Norman is their biggest free agent on defense, correct? And he will be signed.
I mean, you have Jared Allen, who might, be mulling retirement. I don't know what Charles Johnson's status is. But guys like Luke Kuechly,
is the guy.
Kawan Short,
Luke
Star
Kuechly just resigned.
Those guys are still intact.
Right. So, I mean, really the only piece you're worried about is Norman. You're not really worried about the DN there because he's probably going to retire at the end of this year anyway.
Well, you know what? In my opinion, I think the offense needs a whole lot of work. And I know even though Kelvin Benjamin's coming back, he's only 1 play. I know you got Olsen. But if you see – listen – and we keep it real. If Peyton Manning was the old Peyton Manning in that Broncos offense, it would have been a blowout. Thank God he wasn't because, his messing up kept the Packers in the game. All Ken basically had to do was score a touchdown in the 4th quarter, and it would have been a evenly matched. All right, whoever has the ball in the last may win this game. But right. You gotta surround Cam with weapons. You know what? I'm not gonna blame Cam Newton for the loss because again, it's a team game. Everybody messed up in certain parts of the game. But I'm gonna put the blame on management, and the reason why because even though They was going 15-1. They got too comfortable. If you love your quarterback that much as a franchise guy, you feed him, you give him all types of play. Just like the way they give Tom Brady, just the way they treat Peyton Manning. You give him options, nothing but options. Not one option, options. You have guys who can. I mean, all you got is Olsen. To me, right now, all they have was Olsen going into that game. Between Philly Brown and Ted Ginn, I think any of us on Philly would have did a better job. Those guys, if you look at Ted Ginn, he wasn't even looking back. He just kept on flying deep. Wasn't even looking back for them. Philly Brown was getting bullied, getting bullied by Keith Talib. You understand? So when you took those two out the game, what Cam did he have? Okay, if Cam wants to run left or right trying to scramble, you had DeMarcus Ware, you had Von Miller, and they had depth. You got Wall at the line of scrimmage. You had Chris Harris. I mean, Cam don't have weapons. He only had for this matchup. It would probably have been a better matchup if it was the Patriots.
Well, just to stay a little bit on topic, I know we're supposed to be talking about what's next for Peyton.
Well, listen, if I'm Peyton Manning, here's the thing. He's not announced his retirement yet. He said this is probably his last year in Denver. So this is my prediction. I think he'll probably go to the LA Rams because being there anytime a team wants to move into a new city, you want to fill up them tickets. That's just me. The Rams just want, from what they're saying, they don't want Nick Foles. If you don't want Nick Foles or you get rid of Nick Foles for some reason after you just re-sign them, there's nothing wrong with having a big-name guy just to fill up them seats, especially where he's not going to go there and throw the ball 24 million times when you have a guy like Todd Gurley. So if he doesn't retire, I would see him going to the Rams, just like the way Emmitt Smith did for the Cardinals when they got their new stadium. He went over there.
As far as Peyton Manning goes, what's next for him? I think he should retire. I really don't want to see him pull a Brett Favre. I don't want to see him come back and get his career ended by some no-name defensive end for the Chicago Bears. Shout out to Corey Wooten, but that's what happened. Brett Favre got to an NFC title game, and I would imagine if you're that good, and did Peyton Manning have a good game? No, not at all. But there's something in the tank. I mean, if he walked away now, it's not as if there's nothing left in his tank. It's not as if he's completely done. I just don't want to see him get blindsided by one of these guys and end his career, and that's how we'll remember Peyton Manning is he got the stuffing knocked out of him by some guy who's trying to make a name for himself. That's all Corey Wooten was doing when he laid out Brett Favre. He's trying to make a name for himself. And I'd hate to see it happen to a legend like him. So what do I think is next for him? Listen, there are other avenues for him. The guy's a natural in front of a camera. The guy's actually pretty charismatic, pretty funny. He has a brilliant football mind. Even if he went into coaching or went into play-by-play, I think those are all viable options for him. But another year of football, I don't think it's a good look for him at this point. Because he looked every bit of 40 years old in that game on Sunday.
Yeah, physically, I don't see nothing left in the tank for him at all, man. I don't know what game you guys were watching to think he has anything left in the tank. I can't see him starting over and going to a team like the Rams that has basically no weapons at wide receiver whatsoever. They don't have a tight end. Like, what would he do? Just hand the ball off 40 times a game to Gurley? I mean, he might as well just retire. And physically, he doesn't have it.
And you know what? Hey, guys, we're running a little bit out of time. We probably have to talk about Cam Newton, but I got to give a quick shout-out to Kendra D. She did mention if Peyton gets on the field next year as anything other than a coach, he will die on the field.
Hey, listen. We all saw the movie called Any Given Sunday. So he might see the ghost.
He might see the ghost.
He might see all the ghosts.
So let's talk about Cam and that press conference.
Here's my thing. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions with that press conference. And, listen, I troll on 2 minute warning. And, when we come out here, we got to keep it real. Nobody. All right, here's the thing. It is Super Bowl 50, meaning it was 49 other quarterbacks who has lost. Okay? It's not easy losing. Okay, when you hear these pro players who say that you lost. Okay, was Cam disrespectful? I will say this: he could have did it better, but it shouldn't label him what type of character he is on and off the field. It really shouldn't, because it is what it is. You learn. He's not a bad guy. He's not well, a lot of guys call him a thug and things of that nature. He's Cam. I mean, did he say he's admitted he's a sore loser? He's a sore loser. He likes to celebrate and everything. He can't take a loss. Fine. You know, it is what it is. He's man enough to say that. He's man enough to know that. But I just think that a lot of the critics, the stuff they were saying about him, my God, I think we're going too much. I even heard that he even lost endorsements over it. I think we believe it was Gatorade. And listen, all I'm gonna say is this: I just think personally, the media, this is going to agree with Greg Hardy for what happened last year. But is a pure example of what I was saying when everybody was trolling Greg Hardy. Every player should have at least 20 minutes to themselves, so they get before an interview, before you have to answer all those hard questions.
All right, quick, Dula and James. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dula?
Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking.
James, what do you think?
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
right.
Dula.
Really
Beast Snow in the house.
Listen, I'll say this about Cam Newton. Cam Newton admitted being a sore loser. Cam Newton's been a sore loser his entire NFL career. We've seen him sulk numerous times. And guess what? If I went to junior college and won a national championship, if I went to Auburn, won a national championship, went undefeated, won a Heisman, won all these awards, and then came to the NFL and got humbled, yeah, I'd be a sore loser too. And you know, and Cam Newton is 26 years old. He'll learn. He'll grow up. And you know, I think him taking this L and him understanding the scrutiny that's going to come upon him, because Cam Newton can go win 4 more Super Bowls, but everyone's going to talk about the way he acted after the game and about him not diving on that fumble. You know, and I think that'll just make him. I think it'll make him a strong. Hopefully, it's either gonna make him a stronger guy or it's gonna bury him quickly.
True.
I hope it's the former and not the latter.
Very true.
James, quick.
Yeah, I saw on I think it was his and hers. Like I think Cam just used a poor choice of words by saying, what did he say? You show me a
sore loser, and I saw you lose.
But he had his teammates stood there and they took it and they conducted themselves in a professional manner. So does that mean that his teammates are losers? Is that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, I don't really condemn him, but he just needs to grow from this, and and just conduct himself better, next time.
Well, we gotta end this down real quick, but I would just say this: how many other sore loser athletes are there, and have they faced that same kind of scrutiny? Yeah. I mean, it was unprofessional. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like, oh my God, look at that! It's like, really?
You gotta understand how much he's. I'm not. I won't see overblown. I'm just saying
he lost an endorsement over that.
No, well, listen. The part of the endorsement deal was you representing the brand in the best way. You got a lot of players who represent their brand in endorsement,
but they don't lose endorsement from being a sore loser. He didn't curse
Sean, let me ask you this, Sean. Yeah. When was the last quarterback you seen after a championship game, a marquee game, do what he do?
Yeah, but that's anecdotal.
No, yeah, I'm asking you a question. When was the last time we seen that?
I can't.
Okay.
But you
listen.
cannot equate that.
But Sean, how many Hall of Famers right now? How many Hall of Fame quarterbacks have lost?
Basically, what you're saying. Let's keep it. If the whole world sees you're a sore loser, you lose an endorsement brand.
No. Here's
People
the thing.
still love Cam Newton. No. It's not like Cam Newton's going to lose fans. So
Sean,
he still has fans.
Sean, you got to understand. Sean, you got to understand.
Thanks for asking.
Sean, you got to understand. Well, see, here's the thing, Sean. when you see Cam, the way he celebrates up and down the field, throws it in the opponent's face. Of course he's gonna be a target when they look. Listen, I'm just keeping it real. You can't. Listen. Hey, hold on. But you know what? Hey, see, hold on. Sean, you see what Dallas do? See, Sean, you see, Sean. Nobody's saying he's not loved. You're not.
Endorsement. That is the cream and crop. Your endorsement is basically, since a lot of people know you, a lot of people love you. If I endorse you, it will sell my brand far. That's why you get endorsement deal. So if he didn't lose his fans, he's still loved. Yes, that one blemish moment where he's a sore loser. I mean, a lot of people felt for Cam. It's not like he gained a lot of hate. People who hated on him already hated Cam. So wow. Okay, go ahead, Dula.
Thanks for asking. I mean, let's wrap this up, B.
Okay, all right, we gotta go, guys. Thanks for keeping on time, Tula.